from 4 to 4. The side arms. And I'm taking certain simple examples just to explore all the features associated with this software tool, which is accepted by several universities. Not I'm talking about only India, but I'm having the paper list that you can come across. We'll share all that details with you all. So guys, please, shall we start or shall we wait for another? That's fine. It's already 12:20. Okay, that session timing will be 12:15 to 1:45. So 1:45, that link will be disabled as per as the schedule what I got from college. So please, guys. Yes, good afternoon. What can I do? Okay, let people join later. Okay, we'll start with the actual understanding and the conceptual study over here. Well, guys, I hope you all are comfortable with the designing perspective and the theory related the same one. So that's why, guys, I don't keep my schedule complete theory oriented or complete practical oriented. So some sort of theory related to that example that I have put in front of you, and according to that we started designing. And yes, very happy that yes, Shubhangi ma'am have shared her design with me, and guys, they are looking superb as far as the complication concerned. So I'm very happy with that. Well, let's start with the new one. So directly I'm sharing my screen with you all. Okay, so let's have a look what I'm having. I will share all that schematic with you again. Okay, don't worry about that. Well, dear all, till this point, I hope you are quite comfortable with the software and the designing approaches what we have discussed from yesterday. Okay, now I'm moving towards the newer concept. Actually, that is not new, but as per as software, no one is correlating that one. That is the implementation of a design with respect to Spice Netlist. Okay, procedure is a little bit lengthy. Okay, but you can solve it within a minute, because we don't need any external Spice simulator to simulate the Spice Netlist which is generated by this software tool. Okay, so I hope everybody is with me and they all are ready to understand the concept. Likewise this. So I'm starting with again the basic parameters, somewhat like inverter, how to generate that Spice component which are not visible in terms of your digital simulator. That's it. That is the basic motto of this session. Okay, let's have a look like that. The first thing, you just open that one, F5, you all are familiar with that. Symbol library, you all are familiar with that. In file, yes, I'm audible, everybody? There is an issue with the net. I don't know what happened. Yes. Yes, shall we start? Shall we discuss? Let me check. Yeah, thank you for your reply. Okay, well guys, what I am trying to do that we are just simply understanding the mixed signal simulation concept over here. Certain shuffling as far as the schedule concerned, every step whatever I have written down over there will come across, but there is a little bit shuffling because I need to use that one for the another design. Need to explain that one. So thing is that first of all we need to select the foundry. As per as IC designing, we should have certain foundry selection. So I have selected the same one whatever we are working from yesterday. Designing, yes, it's just like playing with the design. Okay, drag and drop, making connections. Likewise this, and I'm taking a long output node over here because I need to connect a loading capacitance over here, and just to observe what are the limitations associated with digital simulator. Okay, let's have a look, guys. Already 10 times, more than 10 times we have designed, we have discussed every single bit about this guy, which is very important. Okay, now if I'm going to simulate this, so definitely simulation, everybody from the class, they have done, they have observed the timing waveforms which look superb, real time clicking. That's fine. Now guys, if someone asks you that whatever the inverter you have designed, CMOS structure you have designed, okay, attach a load capacitance of certain value in a digital aspect. I hope you are getting my feelings. What I'm trying to tell, design inverter, we design, and here guys, you need to attach a loading capacitance on the output side of this inverter having certain value, like let's say 0.5 picofarad, what we discussed earlier, let's say 0.5 picofarad. So guys, in advance, in that symbol library, in advance, I'm having a capacitance, active and passive components over here. Click on that capacitor and attach over here the value. By default value is 1 picofarad. Is it? So make it as, you can modify any step, okay? So don't bother, double click and make it as 0.5 picofarad. I hope you are getting. And as far as electrical nodal property concerned, I need to ground this capacitance, the second plate of this capacitance. Are you getting this? What I did? Simple loading capacitance, attach over here, modify its value as per as the requirement, and grounding that one. It's a simple one, what I need to do. Okay. Now guys, just before that 2:1 mux, we already observed number of finger concept, and there we observe the effect of capacitance on the simulation. What was that? It is not providing us the charging at this, that is what 0 and 1 values. It will provide us the charging and discharging curve and the straight line, which I'm talking about this much size, more size capacitance. I hope you are recalling that one. Is it? Now, what according to you the effect of capacitance on the simulation? Definitely your rise time will increase, fall time will increase, your power will increase. Let's see in a digital domain how it is going to behave. Try to simulate this. Try to vary the input. Guys, is there any significant effect you come across over here?
Slow down. On-off period is lowered.
Okay, we'll check it out. Whether naked eyes can't find out the actual significance, can I go for timing diagram? If I'm going for timing diagram, guys, that is what the real-time clicking. Is there any effect? Guys, just try to understand. Whatever we have designed, it is in a 120 nanometer technology. That is, current is very less. Directly we are jumping. We are not playing with any width and length in terms of digital domain. Is it? We are applying a loading capacitance whose size is very high. Where is the effect of loading capacitance? Is there any effect of loading capacitance on the simulation? Everybody, please try to think on that, guys. That is quite important. Is there any effect? And try to speak out, guys. Look at the output. Is there any charging and discharging curve with the value what we are assigning over here? What is the conclusion? Can I say if I'm applying a loading capacitance on the output side, it doesn't show any significant variations on the output, effect on the output? But that is totally wrong. Don't you think, guys?
Scale change.
Not getting the point?
Getting, sir, but not able to observe the major difference in waveforms.
Yes, yes, ma'am. There is not at all. Smita, ma'am, there is not at all any change in the waveform.
If we change the scale, sir, will it show?
Yeah, definitely. I can do it like this. Look at that. If I will do switching like any stuff, there is no significant effect of that much value. If you change the scaling and all that stuff, nothing will happen. Only the scale will be increased. Is there any delay, lagging, leading, somewhat aspect is coming over there? It is a bit there, but that is not that much significant what we observe in case of analog simulation. Are you getting my point? Now, the thing is that, everybody, please, let's concentrate on my wording. The thing is that in such a cases, whenever I'm talking about the digital simulation, where we are implementing the active and passive component, that they don't show the significant effect on the simulation. So that's the reason, guys, there is one more field associated with the CMOS designing, and that is called as the mixed signal simulation. And proudly we are announcing that our software tool, that Microwind, is supporting the SPICE netlist simulator and we are having direct inbuilt spice simulator, that is WinSpice. That is a license copy we will provide at the time of whenever you are going for the procurement. So WinSpice number of multiple will be provided along with this software tool. It is having its inbuilt spice netlist simulator. Are you getting this point? What is the thing in digital simulator? In terms of digital simulation, we don't have that significant effect of active and passive component in the simulation. So that's the reason, guys, we can convert it into its spice netlist, and that spice netlist can be simulated by using the third party, or we are having its inbuilt WinSpice software tool. Let's have a look. How can we do that? Let's have a look, guys. It's quite lengthy one. You need to follow the steps. Let's have a look. First of all, the thing is we need to save it as, I will save it as on the desktop with the name inverter SCH. Automatically it will take. Yes, let's have a look. Inverter.sch automatically it will take. Okay. Now again, guys, go to file. Here I'm having the option of generate spice file. Are you getting my point? Generate spice file. If I'm clicking on that generate spice file, look at that. This is what spice netlist generated. Now there is a confusion with everyone. Oh my God, only a single inverter with one loading capacitor. Don't bother, don't confuse. We need lines only up to this, and from this end, they are all the software libraries that they are adding inside the structures. So these are all the software libraries. Don't have to bother. These 4 lines and upper 4 lines that only we need over here. Are you getting that point, guys? Everybody, please. What I did, I'm repeating one more time. I have designed the structure over here. Okay. Then saved that structure by using save as option with certain name. Then I have gone to file, clicking on generate spice file. Look at that. That's spice net. And one more thing, the most of the people confuse over here, that this save spice file, is it visible, guys? This save spice file is hidden over here. Am I right? So first of all, you need to click on this netlist, inside the netlist. Okay. And then you can click on that save spice file. At that time only that will be saved. On the right hand side, guys, look at that. We are having AC, DC and transient analysis. Okay, for the spice netlist. And we are having 2 types of simulator over here. One is PSpice and another one is WinSpice. Is it fine? So what we can do, you can update spice file, click on update spice file, and WinSpice is selected. You can directly ask the same one to run WinSpice over here. So look at that. What is happening? What I did, one more time, I'm doing this one. What I'm doing, I'm clicking on this. That hidden portion will become in a picture. Clicking on the WinSpice, update spice netlist, and run WinSpice. So automatically, guys, that WinSpice software tool automatically turn on. That is running over here. And guys, if you take the time scale is very small, so that's why that timings input versus output variation. Red is my input, output is green. So you can take the zoom in of a selective area and you can find out. Red is my input, whatever we have assigned, and green is a charging and discharging curve. That is what the output that we are having over here. Are you getting this one? Everybody, please, it's a request. In terms of yes or no, you can ask me.
So I'm not getting the file on my PC,
Yeah.
on my laptop. It's
Okay,
saying
so-
WinSpice is not installed. Select the correct location of WinSpice.
Okay, so that is happening. You are using that version, mom, yesterday what I shared with you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, let me check. Shubhangi, ma'am.
I'm getting the message that no WinSpice found. Please specify WinSpice install location.
Okay. Okay. Let me see what classes that we have supplied to you, because that EXE I'm not.
Sir, your voice is cracking, sir. I'm not getting you. Sir, I didn't get you. Your voice is cracking.
Okay. Wait.
Sir, voice cracking because of network issues. That will be problem arises, sir. That is not so because of the voice will be proper, sir.
Hello. 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 Hello.
Now voice is coming.
Srikanth, are you there?
Yes, I can hear you.
श्रीकांत, आवाज येत आहे? आवाज क्रॅक होत आहे आवाज. इकडे सगळ्यांचा क्लिअर येऊन राहिला, म्हणजे पार्टिसिपंटचा क्लिअर येत आहे. माझा पण त्यांच्यापर्यंत जात आहे. तुझ्या साईडला काही प्रॉब्लेम आहे का? हो 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 ओके ओके हां. Okay, dear participants, there is some technical issue. The research person will join within 2 minutes. They are disconnecting and connecting again. Shrikant. Hello. 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 एक मिनट सर.
Participant voice is coming, sir.
आवाज नहीं आता है. हेलो.
Hello, is there any problem?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Wait for.
Continue. Hello. Hello.
Hello, Ji. Hello.
Hello. Now I am audible.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Just
yes.
okay. Just I am giving a post to resource person. Let's wait for a minute. Yes, Shrikant. Yes, I am audible.
Yes.
Sir, you are audible.
Yes. Okay, I am audible. Okay. Mr. Shrikant, you can continue. Mr. Shrikant, you are now the co-host of this session. You can share your screen. Are you there? तुला तुला पोस्ट केलं ना मी पावर कनेक्ट तुमचा. हा. मला सगळ्यांचा आवाज येत आहे. पार्टिसिपेंटचा येत आहे. सगळ्यांचा ऍज इट इज आहे. तुझ्या साईडला सेटिंगचं पहा म्हणजे कशामध्ये ते क्लिक वगैरे केलं आहे का. एक मिनिट हा. मी पाहतो इथलं काही तुझं सेट करता येईल का मला. ओके. त्याचा प्रॉब्लेम झाला. Okay, participants wait 2 minutes. There is some technical issue and Mr. Shrikant joining soon within 2 minutes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, hello everyone. Am I audible now?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes.
You are
Actually,
audible.
sorry, I don't know what is the issue from my end or whether it will be, but that kills our 10 minutes. Not an issue with the timing, guys. I will be definitely will compensate that one. I hope the things will go good from now.
Okay, Srikant, now you are audible clearly.
Yep. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
And all participants' voice is clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Thank you so much.
Audible,
So
sir.
I'm just yep. Thank you, sir. Please share me. Give me that access.
10 मिनट में चाहिए 10 मिनट में चलो आओ इधर
Ajit sir, are you there?
Yes,
I
yes,
can't share my screen.
Yes, now you are post. Now you can share.
Yep. Thank you so much. Yep. So guys, let's have a look again. The revamp. Have a look over here. What we did, we just started designing the mix type of understanding mixed signal simulation. We can call it as the same story, the same aspects that we have open. Okay, and what was the issue over there? That the effect of capacitance, what I'm having over here, that is not visible in terms of your digital simulator. Likewise, whatever the changes I'm doing over here, if I'm going to check with the timing waveforms associated, so there is no exact, because there are certain limitations of digital simulator to understand the active and passive components over here. Is it fine? Guys, I hope I'm audible.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yep, that's fine. Now, what I did, I have, first of all, I have converted, I need to convert it into its SPICE netlist format. And how can I do that? First thing is that I need to save it as. After saving it as, guys, I can go with the file. Here I'm having the option of generate SPICE netlist, generate SPICE file. I have to click on that. So this is what a universal SPICE netlist. And guys, one more thing that I forgot to explain, that SPICE netlist is having its specific format of writing. Likewise, if someone asks you to go how that pulse will be written down, it is just like a circuit file. We need to write down each and every bit whatever we are having in a circuit. So look at that, how that pulse is going to write down. It is 0, starting from 0. VDD is 1.2. Is it? The first time is nothing but the time low, then your rise time will come, then your fall time will come, and that will be a fall time high for your pulse, and that pulse will run for 3 nanoseconds. Are you getting my point? Everybody, please.
Yes, sir.
Nasuddin,
Yes, sir.
mute your microphone. So guys, everything, look at that. VDD is connected between 1 and 0. DC supply, DC source is of 1.2 volt. That VIN is connected between 1 to 0. That AC pulse, DC pulse that we have assigned, and this is what the pulse write up. So we are having a standardized format. You can just Google down and you can find out. Along with that, the passive device which we use, that is the capacitance, and it is having the value of 0.5 picofarad. That easily you can understand. You can read it down. And there are 2 active devices depending on current which will work. That is what the MN1, that is an NMOS transistor, and MP1, that is a PMOS transistor, whose width and length are up like this. Are you getting this? So only up to this point we need. Rest all are the node based symbol libraries. Likewise, if I'm working on 45 nanometer technology, these are the symbol libraries associated. All that stuff is all about the software option. I hope everybody is understanding. And until and unless you are clicking inside this SPICE netlist, you can't save the SPICE netlist. That is the point number 1 to remember. Now, what I'm having that license, the same licenses I am providing to you. So I don't know what is the issue. I will tell you the another option. How can you simulate this one? Thing is that WinSpice, okay, any analysis you can come across. I'm coming for transient analysis. You can check AC, DC, transient, all the options. Okay, you can update the SPICE netlist. Yes, and you can run the WinSpice over here. Okay, after that, the timing is very small. So that's why, guys, we can take a zoom in option for selective portion. So this is what the in versus out, and green is your out. That is charging and discharging curve will happen. Now, thing is that Guys, one more thing. Kasruddin sir, can you mute down your? How can I? Okay. Now, thing is that, guys, you can directly save the file if you click on the Save Spice Netlist. So look at that, what we are coming across. Listen, everybody, please, because our earlier version, Microwin 3.5, it don't have its inbuilt WinSpice simulator. Okay. And if your guide or your student, if you are not comfortable with WinSpice, if you want to simulate the same one with ngSpice, pSpice, or there are many more Spice Netlist simulator. So at that time, guys, this is what a file which is very important and helpful for you. This is a schematic file, and one more extension we are coming across, that is a circuit file, CIR. And you can simply open that CIR file, guys. Just try to understand the magic over here. By using Notepad, you can open this, you can modify the values. Likewise, for example, if you want to work on 0.1 picofarad, so you can simply modify any values over here, and that can be again simulating any participant. Isn't it good? Not getting the point? Acha, Shubhangi ma'am, is that solved? Are you having WinSpice?
No, sir. I have checked in that Microwin
Yep.
folder. There is no WinSpice. Means Spice file is not there. I have also shared the image. I have emailed you the image, that
I
error
will
image.
take it down.
So
Sir,
Anybody
same
from
error
the
I am
team?
also
Yes.
getting. I am also getting the
Okay.
same error, sir. Net
Okay.
spice is not found.
yeah, yes, because that file is not available. I have seen that they have given the option over their browse option.
Okay.
Spice library file is not present in our Microsoft 3.8. So
Yep.
Spice library file.
Yep. Don't worry about that one. So what we can do, let's recall the steps one more time. I will show you, if you are having WinSpice not inbuilt with the software, what we can do. Everybody, please have a look. What I can do for example, ma'am, are these options available on your machine?
Yes, sir. Options are
Yes, sir.
available.
Yep, options are available. Okay, forget about this inbuilt Spice simulator. I need to modify that license file. Will share you by the afternoon. If I'm not having those options associated, and if you're having a third-party simulator with you, I will share that just now. Once that theory will be over, what you need to do, you need to save the Spice file and say okay to this one. Is it fine? Save the Spice file and click on OK. That circuit file will be saved on the destination where you saved your earlier file. Am I right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, guys, I'm having a third-party simulator likewise this. I will share this one with you. WinSpice 1.5, that is only a simulator directly. I'm going to share with you all. Open this. Okay. Go to File and open that CIR file. Are you getting my point? What I did, I will share this folder with you, that Spice Netlist folder with you. You need to download that one, WinZip that one. WinZip is there. So zip file you need to extract. That folder will come. Click on that. Click on WinSpice 3. Open that application file. Okay. Go to File. Click on Open and open this file. So look at that. So easily you will come across the actual simulation. I hope you are getting this one. What you need to do.
Yes, sir.
Shubhangi ma'am, I'm sharing that one with every mail ID, that version of this software tool. Okay. So don't worry.
Yes, sir.
You can
Okay.
later on, you can do that one. And the thing is that, listen, if I'm modifying here itself, look at that. What is the value of capacitance? If I'm making it at 0.1 picofarad and saving this one.
Yes, sir. We can see the effect in output.
Yes, so easily, guys, you can come across up keys and you can come across the effect. Look at that. Previously, the green was more charging and discharging was there. It was not reaching to zero value. Now we are having the actual effect of that loading capacitance over here. So guys, this is called, we call as mixed signal simulation aspects, which in terms of SPICE netlist can be covered over here. I hope everybody is getting that one, please. Yes, sure, that can be done with the external simulator. Okay, so that's
Yes.
fine, guys. So this is what some of the aspects that you can come across directly. The software is helping us for the mixed signal simulation. We'll share that one after that session. Okay, now thing is that one more point that I need to discuss with you all, that was a mixed signal simulation. You can take it for any higher end example and you can simulate that one as far as the understanding concern. Okay, now guys, let's go for the new aspects that is called as clock skew and mitigation. Mitigation techniques we call it as. I hope being faculty, everybody is familiar with that guy, clock skew. So there is one aspect whenever I'm talking about the clocking, okay, so which is very important as far as simulation concern. So whenever clock skew name comes, you need to understand what exactly that's skewing, how the skewing can be added, or how that skewing can be minimized as far as the designing concern. Before that one, guys, if I'm putting down one example like this, designing of basic signals, because this is very important. First one is it should be a perfect square. Second should be a sine. The third should be a triangular. Guys, but triangular, how it should be? Let's have a look how your triangular look should be, because guys, this is important because triangular option is not available with us. That clocking I need later on. So that's the reason, guys, I'm explaining this one. That will take maximum 1 minute. Are you getting the point? You need to design the basic signals, perfect square. Everybody is familiar. Sine wave with certain values. You can put down values like A equals to 0.3 volt, then offset. Likewise, yesterday's one equals to 0.6. Likewise, you can find out. Okay. And the triangular wave, what he is asking us, it will be like this. This portion we need, again TR, TF we need. How can we design that? So it's very simple, guys. Let's have a look. You can use Control F for selecting of foundry, or file and select foundry option can also will help you over here. And guys, look at the aspects. Likewise, metal 1, if I'm having a metal 2, I'm putting, because I need certain base now for applying a signal over here. Metal 3, I'm applying a clock. Label it properly. It should be square. When it will be perfect square, guys, just try to concentrate over here. We are having TL, TR, TH, and TF. When I'm having TL equal to TH, am I right, guys? And when my TR and TF should be exactly at the lowest value. I hope everybody is getting that one. What I'm trying to do, how we are going to design a clock as a perfect square when TL equal to TH and TR equal to TF, but at the lowest value. Assign square, so definitely that will be a perfect square. Is it? What about sine? Assign this one. Click on the sine. Any option you can take, amplitude. Likewise this. Okay, or you can increase the amplitude and you can come across. So sine is not an issue. It is ready-made available signal that you can add. What about triangular wave? I will call it as triangular. Okay, guys, how it should look like? It should look like this. He specifically mentioned that whatever triangular you are going to design, it should look like this. How can you design? What factors that we need to change? I hope I am audible and everybody is with me.
Yes, sir.
So what we need, yes, Vandana ma'am, what we need this value. We need TR equals to TF. What about TH? TH should be equals to 0. Am I
Yes.
right? Yeah. So what can I do? I can add the same one, and shall I make it as 0.25 somewhat? 0, and that should be again TR should be equals to TF. So 0.25 that I'm adding. Will that suffice our motto? Likewise, this we need certain TL. We need certain TL. TR, whatever I'm having, it should be exactly equals to TF. Likewise, continuation. It's a clock that I added. And guys, this is what TLH should be equals to 0. Am I right? Assign that one. Try to simulate this one. So look at that. That will suffice. Again, you can do it like this. You can make a value lower so that a perfect proper output will come across. I hope everybody is getting that what I'm trying to deliver over here. So guys, I'm in the triangular option as far as clock design. So you can specifically modify the clocks and you can use it in terms of understanding. Okay, that's fine. Now the same concept, if I'm talking about the clock skew, first of all, you need to understand what it exactly means. What exactly it means. Skewing of clock is nothing but delay. Skew means a simple language, it is a delay. How can we solve this? For example, if I'm having one component over here, for example, any one register over here and another register over here. Let's say D register, D latch, any type of latch that I'm having over here. That is L number 1. That is L number 2. Okay. Definitely, guys, if latch comes in a picture, so latch will have a clock. Come on, say yes.
Yes, sir.
It will have latch, have reset circuitry, it will have clock, all that stuff. And guys, I'm assigning the same clock to this latch 1 and to the latch 2. Definitely, guys, it will have out node also, Q and NQ somewhat like. But whenever I am passing this clock to the next latch, I will have certain hurdles, certain speed breaker I am putting down over here. Any box, any items you can put over here. Are you getting my point? And now I'm providing this clock to this L2, that latch number 2. And whatever the out, that for example, if I'm treating as a Q, whatever I'm having, that I'm connecting to this end. And again, this is my final Q. I hope you are getting this one. What I'm trying to deliver, I am trying to make you understand the clock skew and mitigation. First of all, we need to understand what is skewing, clock skewing. Clock skew is what? If you are having two digital circuitry placing away from each other, and the same clock we are attaching to the latch 1 and latch 2 with certain hurdles, with certain circuitry over here, delayed circuitry over here. So what will be the effect on output? Let's say output we need to check from this end, and again output we need to check from this end. So what will be the effect of this delayed circuitry that you need to observe? And that delayed circuitry is called as the skewed circuitry, SKEWED, skewed circuitry. Because of this, whatever we are adding over here, the clock is not reaching at the same instant on both the end, and because of that we'll have a difference between this output and that output. Can you do that? Do you understand this one? The most important thing.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so this is called as the skewing. Skewing means delaying, and that is one of the important practical which the people are going to implement, because clock is very important as far as digital electronic concern. So that's the reason, guys, it is having a simplified version that easily you can understand. Likewise, let's have a look over here, please. Okay, what I'm trying to do, you should have a D register over here. Okay, that is what a D latch that I'm going to use. D register, we can call it as. I'm keeping it like this. You can use circuitry or like this. Okay, guys, please. And I'm adding certain clocks or adding certain skewed circuitry as far as the connection concerned. Again, you can make certain spacings so that 5 stages that we are going to use, likewise this. I hope you all are with me and you are understanding what I'm trying to do. Yes, guys, please. Okay, so
Yes,
just
sir.
make the connections. What I'm doing, I'm simply attaching a clock over here. This is my clock. This is my clock. Is it? Same clock, guys. I'm attaching it as like this. I will make it as CLK. So guys, this clock will reach at the instant over here, and the same clock is going to reach over here, but with this skewed circuitry. We are having certain hurdles, speed breakers over here. Okay. Now I'm attaching a D. D is nothing but input. I can call it as D over here. Okay. What about reset, guys? What to do about reset?
VCC, positive supply.
Rather than that, ma'am, can't we use that button as a reset circuitry? We will make it as 1 and again we'll make it as 0.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm making it as 1 and 0. I will ask as that as reset. Is it fine? It's very simple one. Reset common, clock common, only the hurdles we are going to do. And depending on this clock, guys, on every instance, whatever the D I'm having over here, that will be come out with this value. Am I right? Qn and Q. So I'm only using data out over here. We'll apply one LED. It is called as D1. Let's have a close look. What you need to observe? You need to observe the effect of this on this D and the final D. What I'm having over here. And this is what we are having as a D2. Guys, I hope everybody is with me and they are getting this one. What I did, it's a simple digital circuitry. We are having 2 D latch, 2 D register, we can call it as clock. We are providing at it's at the first instant over here, and the same clock we are providing on the next instant through this circuitry. As per as the circuit requirement, we are resetting all the stuffs. We are having one data. Now, guys, how it is going to behave? Is there any predictions with you? How the circuit is going to behave? Guys, it's just a simple D latch, D register. It means that
Shift
depending on
register, like.
just depending on each clock instant, the data will be come out over here. Okay, that LED will glow. On the second instant, whenever that clock will reach over here, that data will be come out from this end. Am I right? And now you need to check what is a difference. Is there any significant difference of glowing over here and of glowing of D2 over here? Shall I start? Shall I simulate this one? Let's have a look how it is going to behave. First of all, we need to reset the structures. Yes, toggling state that we need to remove, either 0 or 1 that we need to do over here. Now, guys, okay, or one thing we can do, rather than going for this, I will add a clock directly. Are you getting my point? Rather than going like this, I will make it as D. Because every time that is not feasible to click on both the structures. So that's why what I did, guys, I have renamed it. I have replaced that buttons, that single clicking buttons with the clock, continuous clock. And now if I'm going to simulate, reset that one. So guys, is there any delayed version? Just try to concentrate on this one and this one. That will glow first, that will go later. And again, that will turn off first, that will turn off later. One more thing that we can do, that clock can be make slower so that significantly you can observe. Okay, there is not synchronous, so that's the reason that is happening. Both are at the same instant. Guys, is it feasible now? Yes, Shubhangi ma'am.
Yes,
Nita
sir.
ma'am.
Okay.
Everybody, please. Yes, Vandana ma'am. It is quite important because, guys, until and unless you reply, I can't.
Visible, sir, visible.
Step of understanding. Yeah, thank
Sir,
you. Ma'am.
visible.
So listen, the thing is that, the thing is that, ma'am, depending on the clock, at the instant when it is going to reach over here, whatever data I'm having, it is flowing out over here. At the same instant, guys, when it is going to this, so there is a delayed version that will glow first and that is glowing later. You can observe in a timing waveform too. Look at that. If you closely look into D1 and D2, for example, this one. So look at that. This will glow over here and this is glowing a little bit late. And guys, why this is happening? This is happening only because of this skewing circuitry. That is what a delayed circuitry, what we have implemented between these two. Are you getting this? So this is what the concept of clock skew, which is quite important, the people are working on nowadays. And the same story, guys, this is what a digital schematic simulator. So that's why there is a fast clocking that we can observe in terms of digital. Now, guys, you can observe that one by converting to its skewing circuitry. Likewise, this file, Verilog file, already you observe every step is available over here. Say okay to this one, go to your microwind. First of all, you need to check out the Foundry and then compile Verilog file. I hope you all are with me and you all are understanding the concept. There is no error. Back to editor. So definitely, guys, that is quite complicated structure because we are using more number of latches and inverter structures inside the structure, not gate structures. Is it fine? So it seems quite higher end aspects that you are going to design. But what changes should I make over here? Is there any suggestion from your end as far as input concern, guys? Because this is what a by default layout generated. What changes should I do over here as far as input concern? Anybody? Do you got my point? Yes, Shubhangi ma'am, are you there?
Yes, sir.
The thing is that whatever the reset we are applying over here, it is acting as a clock. It is a continuous signal as of now because we are
Yes.
simply converting that into its layout. But what it should be? It shouldn't be a pulse that single time one and rest all the time that should be zero.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, look at that. If I'm resetting, simulating this one as of now. Okay, so where is my out? D1 and D2 is not visible over here. Okay, so if I'm talking about this reset, that was actually a clock as of now. Okay, if I'm going to simulate this one. So guys, look at that. The step size is 0.3. Okay, that is highly precise output that we are coming across over here with the lowest space size, step size. That's why the simulation is quite slower. Okay. Look at that. What is happening over here? As of now, the reset is just a continuous signal. It is just a clock. But what it should be? what is the effect of reset? What is the importance of resets? It should make one time 1 and rest all the time that should be 0. Am I right? So guys, in such a cases, you need to take care of that. That reset should be a pulse, any value pulse that you can put down, so that will be turned on. Time pulse should be mentioned over here. Okay, and now you can simulate it like this. Look at that. What is happening with reset? It is starting from 0, make it as 1, and for rest all the time that is going to be 0. Am I right, everybody? Please. Guys, thing is that whatever efforts I'm taking, that should be understandable. Okay, so your yes or no makes me happier over here. So look at that. Once it is 0 and 1, look at D1 and out. That is what D1 and D2. So D1 start over here, and D2 will start a delayed one. As compared to this, it is delayed by this one. And why this is happening? This is happening just because of the skewed circuitry, what we have mentioned over here. I hope you all are getting the concept. What is clock skew and mitigation, I will tell you. Don't worry. Guys, in terms of yes or no, do you understand this? Yes, Vandana ma'am saying yes.
Yes, sir.
Peter, yes. Thank you, Peter, for your reply. Everybody. Smita ma'am, Shubhangi ma'am.
Yes, sir. Understood, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much. So guys, thing is that you need to quite comfortable with the input variations, what you are going to use over here. And because of that, that will be quite easier for you to understand the conceptual basis also in Latron stories. Is it? Okay, so that's fine. That is what about the clock skew, and mitigation is what, how to, because guys, that circuit you won't change. Okay, that circuit, this is a need of circuitry. For example, that delayed circuitry is a need of certain application or certain circuitry, so that you can't change. So how that clock skew effect on the next input variation can be reduced? So some types of mitigation techniques that you need to design, you need to use like that. Such type of, we can call H type mitigation, means that whatever circuitry you are going to design, it should be like H like circuitry. It means that this is what your clock, it should be what your clock. Okay, so at that instant, guys, H, this is what the another one, latch 1, latch 2, likewise this, and H type mitigation technique can be used to overcome the effect of that delayed clock. So you can read down and you can find out how can we do the clock skew is very important. Okay, guys, everybody. Shall we move further?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and one more thing that I need to discuss over here, that if the people are having certain, yes, most of the people, they are one step ahead as far as the design is concerned, that people are saying, sir, I am going to use metal 1, and I'm not willing to use 2, 3, 4, 5. How to use the metal 6 directly? Yes, most of the people are usually, I'm coming across that type of question is that metal 1, yes, that is I'm comfortable, I'm using metal 1, but I don't want to use 2, 3, 4, 5. I want to use only metal 6. So is it feasible? And if I'm going to use metal 6, what are the designer changes coming in a picture? I got this. Metal 1, middle later metals we are not going to use directly, we are going to jump on metal 6. So is it feasible, or is it possible to use metal 6 directly? What is your opinion, guys? Definitely, guys, we are working on software, and if you are commanding that software, so it have to work for us. There is no issue with that. But what will happen if we are directly jumping on metal 6? That I need to tell you, which is very important. Look at that. We are taking a 3D view of the same one. So what is happening? This is what a metal 1 space, metal 1 layer that I'm having. It is having 6 position in the fabrication, and that one is a metal 6. Okay. Again, in case of 2D view, guys, here itself I'm having 2-dimensional view. You can come across. So this is what a position of your metal 1, and this is what a position of your metal 6. Am I right? You need to use it on your machine, guys. Please, it's a request to you all. try to explore each and every feature of this software tool. Is it? Okay. Now, what I need to do, guys, if I want to connect some aspects of Metal 1 with Metal 6, what can I do? Simply, you can click on right click and then you can ask for the connect layers. That is point number 1. You can take in 3D view. Look at that. That is happening. Metal 1 and Metal 6 is connected with each other. Am I right? Everybody, please. Just now we did. Or in case of contact, guys, we can directly have, it is having 6 metal layers. So that's why, guys, I can click on this 6, metal 5 and 6, all contacts. Okay, and generate a device, place it over here. So that can be again feasible. But what you understand over here, guys, what is your perception? The thing is very Metal 1 to directly Metal 6, but as far as fabrication, guys, we have to use that Metal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we'll go for the Metal 6. So compulsorily all metals in terms of contacts comes in a picture. I hope you understand this. Yes, the solution is, yes, we can use Metal 1 and directly Metal 6. But whenever we are going to connect it like this, so all metals will be in a picture. All 1, 2, 3, 4, all will be in picture. That is what a Metal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is 6. So it will generate all the contacts associated with that metal. I hope you all are getting this one. I hope you all understand this one. Okay, that's fine. Very clearly. Yes, so that is what the another one aspect that you need to understand whenever we are starting with the designing like structures like this. Now we are moving towards the next one, which you need to do for me. It's a request to you all, at least 4 or 5 people from your class can share their design so that I can open over here. The name of the exercise is nothing but designing of a differential amplifier. Guys, look at that. Some sort of what we can say a newer design where we are pretty clear about the differential input variations, which is the most important role that is going to play whenever we are coming across such guy that is called as a differential amplifier, and find out. First one will be a CMRR, or we can call it as output impedance, and the second should be a CMRR. For CMRR, what we need, guys, please, ACM, and B is AD. Yes, am I right, everybody, please?
Yes, sir.
Yep. So what is that? It's a very simplest ever example that you come across. You need to design a differential amplifier and you need to find out the output impedance. Spelling is quite wrong. And then, guys, you need to find out the CMRR, common mode rejection ratio. For CMRR, what we need to find out? We need to find out the ACM, common mode gain, and we need to find out the AD, differential gain. And we know the formula. ACMRR equals to 20 log of AD by ACM. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yep. So how can you design that? So before that one, you need to find out the schematic of the system. So how can we design that?
So using 2 NMOS and 2 PMOS, or by using 2 MOSFET with series with 2 resistors.
Yes, definitely. That can be feasible. Or by using only MOS transistors, guys, this is what a schematic directly. Let's all look. Yeah, definitely. There is one important factor that you need to understand, that you need to find out, you need to understand actually the current mirror circuitry over here. Current mirror circuitry. Okay. Forget about this. This is just V bias. Actual structure is only this one. We are having 2 PMOS mirrored with each other and 2 NMOS transistors. coupled with source drain combination over here, and the combination of these two, source or drain, it will be grounded directly. And guys, let's have a look. Forget about these two P and MOS transistors. Only with this gate connector with each other, and the combination of gate to the drain source combination of this, the circuitry is acting as a PMOS based current mirror circuitry. For getting this, these are the mirror image of your PMOS transistors, gate connected with each other, and this connection, guys, because of that, the circuitry is acting as a current mirror circuitry. And guys, application is very simple, or working is very simple. We can add, yes, we are quite bothered about the gain. So guys, we can add one more NMOS transistors over here. Okay, just to adjust the gain. And to that gain, guys, we can add a V bias over here, which is actually a biasing voltage. So depending on this V bias voltage, whatever we are applying over here, the gain of whole differential amplifier is to be controlled. Are you getting these feelings? Please, guys, everybody, please, in terms of yes or no. I will tell you how that is going to work. Don't worry about that. Guys, do you understand differential amplifier? Are you aware of differential amplifier? What is the output over here? What is V out for differential amplifier? Everybody, I'm talking about generic one, not that CMOS base. V out equals to?
Difference between two inputs, V1
Yes.
minus V2.
Yes, the thing is that
Multiply
K,
by K.
that is what amplification factor you need to add BAM over there.
Yes, A
Yes,
into
that is
V1
K
minus
into V2 minus V1. It means that it amplifies the difference between two inputs, whatever we are assigning. Isn't it so simple? It amplifies the difference between two input, what we are assigning. Is it fine? So V out equals to K, that is amplification factor. V2 minus V1, that is actually our equation. Is it fine? Forget about this. I told you. Just because of this connection, that is what the mirror of this structure. This one, it is acting as a current mirror, and current mirror circuitry is a base of your differential amplifier, CMOS based differential amplifier. Now, how it is going to work? How it is going to work? For example, guys, we need to observe two cases over here. Just try to concentrate on my wordings. Two cases over here. The case number one. What is the application of current mirror circuitry, guys? How it works? Current mirror.
So it's providing a constant current, means it's sourcing a similar current.
Yes, mirror means what? It is having, first thing is that it is having two branches. Let's say this is what the first branch I'm having. Okay. And this is what the second branch I'm having. So whatever the current I'm having flowing through this branch, it provides the mirror image, means that exactly the same current will flow through this branch. This is what actually the working of your current mirror circuitry. Is it fine? Now thing is that the first case, whenever, guys, the first thing is that V2 case number one, where V2 exactly equals to V1. Yes, V2, whatever the value of V2 I'm having, it is exactly equals to V1. Are you getting that one? Exactly equals to V1. How it going to work? So when both are at the same instant, whatever the current flowing through this branch, exactly the same current will flow through this branch. Let's say I1 is flowing through this, same I1 is flowing through this, and because of that, we are getting the constant output over here. So K in bracket V2 minus V1. So ideally, what should be my output? It should be 0 when V1 and V2 are at the same instant. Are you getting my point? That is the case number one. Forget about this. It is just a V bias voltage that we are assigning, and depending on that V bias, the gain of the amplifier can be controlled. Forget about this one. Only gain of the amplifier can be controlled. Is it fine? Okay. What next? Case number one is over. V1 equals to V2. Now case number two that I'm going to come across, that is V2 equals to V1. Now V2 is less than or greater than current mirror hai, that can be fine. V2 is greater than V1. It means that, guys, try to increase the parameter. First instance was that what all the parameters of V2 we are having, exactly the same parameters of V1 must be there. Getting this one? Now we are changing the parameters of V2. We are increasing the parameter. We are increasing the input of V2. Once you are increased the V2 over here, the previous current, what was flowing through this, because of the change in V2, that will be increased. We are increasing the values of V2. That's why that will be increased. And the same current, because of this current mirror, the let's say increased current I1 will be appeared on that output side, and because of that the output will be amplified. Okay, so we need to find out these two cases. The case number one, when V2 equals to V1, the output should be 0, and when any one of these two, or V2 increases as compared to V1, so we need to have the amplified output on the output side. Getting this one? Now this is what the actual device just for maintaining gain of the amplifier. So don't bother, don't worry about this one. This is just an NMOS transistor, and V bias, whatever the voltage we are applying over here, it should be more than threshold voltage of a device. So we will come across the threshold voltage, and I will tell you how that can be maintained above the threshold voltage. Can you design this for me, please, everybody?
Yes, sir, done. I'll mail you, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am. For rest of the guys, please have a look over here. Let's rest of the guys. It is the 10 lambda that I'm having. I'm converting it to the 1 lambda. Don't worry. Don't bother at all. Let's see. Let's implement it all the steps. Likewise, what we need within 1 minute, I can do it for you guys. Don't worry. I'm keeping like this 2 PMOS transistors that I have implemented. And one more thing, guys, when you are going to try to click on the DRC. Look at that. There is an error. Error is what is saying. Whenever I am talking about 2 and well using, it should be separated by 11 lambda. Are you getting that one? These two should be separated by 11 lambda. Can I do it like this? I'm deleting one anvil from this side of PMOS 1. Can I wrap the same one for both the transistors? Guys, separation by 11 lambda, it's very, it is quite distance will come across over here. So because of that, what I will do, I will remove one envelope of 1 PMOS and attach the same one for both the transistors. Will it work? Definitely that is going to work. Don't worry. Okay, now what we need 2 NMOS transistors, just keeping below this. And again, we need 1 NMOS transistor, keeping below this. Click on V wall, that's fine. Make the connections. Both should be connected to VDD, get connected together. Guys, how to do that? Shall I apply the separate VDD to both the ends? And one more VDD to your anvil. Guys, both things can be done. Either we can connect these two together, or we can attach a separate VDD for both of the devices. I'm playing with the design, guys. You are having the license software, you can play with your design. It's not an issue with that. Okay, now what I need to do? I need to connect these two together. Both the gates should be connected with each other. I'm going to connect it like this. Is it? And now I need to take the connections from this end. Actually, guys, you have to do it by your own, okay? Still, I'm investing some time. Connect it like this. That's fine. And remaining terminal, that is what the drain source combination, what you are going to consider, that should be connected with each other like this. Okay. I hope you all are getting this one. The same story. Drain source combination that I have done to this end. These two, any one source should be connected off your NMOS transistor, remaining like this, and remaining should be grounded, the last terminal of your NMOS transistor. I hope you all are getting. Guys, please, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
For rest of the guys, what happened? Swapnil sir, are you there?
Feedback is remaining. Gate 2.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Yes.
Guys, please, guys, everybody. Manoj Kumar sir didn't reply now. Meenakshi ma'am. I hope everybody is getting this one, what I'm trying to deliver over here. Okay, now what is remaining? Guys, one thing, that connection of this, that mirror circuitry. So I need to apply one structure over here. That is a poly and metal, that must be connected. Yes, they are connected like this. Okay, clock, that is what V2, that I will call it as V2, and then another one I will call it as V1, and one more that I need to attach over here, guys. But what is it? It is nothing but a V bias. Am I right, everybody, please? And guys, V
Yes,
bias
Hmm.
always should be a DC supply, and we don't have any significant of it invisible in simulation. So I'm making it as just like 0.5 as of now. Have you got it? It is a DC supply. I'm avoiding it to observe in visible in simulation. I'm making it as 0.5 because 0.4 is the VTH for this technology, for all the transistors what we are going to use. So assign that one, not visible in simulation, make it like that. Is there any issue? Is there any understanding difference what we are having over here? Nothing, only the V out we need to mention like this. So I'm taking V out from this end, and a visible node I'm assigning over here. So that will be out that we can call. I hope everybody is getting this. Please. Yep. Now try to simulate this one. Guys, is it working as a differential amplifier? I'm waiting for your reply, please. Thank you, Ranjana ma'am, for your reply. Peter, thank you so much. What modifications should I do so that it will work as a differential amplifier? Is there any guessing, guys, from your end? Guys, what input we are applying right now? We are applying a simple restored
So we are
inputs
playing
over here.
square wave.
Yep. We are applying
Pulse.
simple clocks, okay, and these are fully restored. It means that we are starting from 0, reaching to 1 for both of the inputs, V1 and V2. Am I right? But guys, the differential, how will come across the differences? Until and unless you won't apply that V1, V2 in a differential manner, how will come across that differential behavior of the differential amplifier? So in such a cases, guys, you need to acquainted with differential clock inputs. How the difference can be manageable if you are having only the clock options of a simulation. Likewise, this, look at that. What is the case right as of now? We are starting from 0, we are reaching to 1. Am I right? We are starting from this point, we are reaching to 1. Likewise, the clock, restored clock that we are using as of now. Okay. Rather than that, guys, what I'm trying to do, this is what a case I'm having. I will start, rather than starting from 0, I will start from this point. Let's say I will start from 0.4 volt. Is it? We'll add certain delayed rise and fall time. We'll reach to this point, likewise say 0.6. Designing is not mere, okay? That is very simplest ever option that you can do in a simple manner. And only, guys, I will force my input to vary in this differential fashion. I don't force it. I don't ask it to come down below this 0.4 and 0.6. Okay, so only within that 0.4 and 0.6, I'm forcing it to run. I'm forcing it to work. Okay, and because of that, guys, that is going to act as a differential input variation. Can you do that? Please have a look. Can you do that? Likewise, what I'm asking, look at that. I'm starting from 0, reaching to 1.2 as of now. So rather than starting from 0, I will start from 0.4, for example. And rather than reaching to 1.2, I will restore it at 0.6. Am I right, guys? Just trial and run basis that we can do. And I will make it as time loop 10, 1, 10, 1. Is it a delayed version? Time low for 10, then again rise time for 1 nanosecond. It's quite huge. And this is what I'm assigning. Same is the story for this guy. Look at that. I will start from 0.4. Will reach to 0.6. Okay. And again, I will make it as 10, 1, 10, 1. Assign. Is it? And V bias I'm keeping as low as I can. So 0.4 is a VDD. So I'm making it as 0.5 as of now. Assign this one. Am I right, guys? Are you with me? Everybody, please. Now try to simulate this one. Okay. So here, guys, when I'm going to simulate, the people are confused. Sir, it is not coming like this. But guys, just try to concentrate. We are adding TH and TL in the range of 10 nanoseconds. And we are simulating with the time scale of only 2 nanoseconds. So you need to increase the time scale as around 20, likewise this, and reset that one. So look at that, what is coming across. Rather than 20, I will make it as 50 so that more cycles can be visible over here. Yes, anybody interested to comment on the output? It's a question for you guys. Please help me in that, in solving this structure. First of all, are you getting this? The most important thing. What I'm trying to do, previously that was the restored input variations that I had. Now I'm forcing this one to only make certain differential variations between 0.4. This is what 0.4 I'm having, and reaching to 0.6. Same is the story for V2. Both are at the same instant, 0.4 and 0.6. So when both the input are at the same instant, exactly are of the same values, what I'm having, guys, look at the output. Output ideally should be 0, but we are having certain lower end graphs over here. If you come across, so this is what a value, that is what 0.054 volt. That is what the difference that we are coming across over here. But ideally, it should be 0. Practically, it is not feasible at all because many more components are coming in a picture. Are you getting my point? Everybody, please. So when I'm acting is that both are at the same instant, the output is almost 0. We can call it as. Okay. Now on the second case, guys, are you with me? First case is that all the parameters of both the clocks are at the same instant. Am I right? All the parameters, time low, time high, level 1, level 0, every parameters of V2 is exactly equals to all the parameters of your V1. Am I right? Yes. The second instant, guys, I'm increasing the difference between these two. Now I'm starting from 0.4. Rather than reaching to 0.6, I will reach to one more stage ahead, that is up to 0.7. I'm adding certain difference over here and just simulating this, assigning this one. Try to simulate this one, guys. So look at that, what is happening. Are you comfortable with this, everybody? Can I say it amplifies, it is providing me the amplifies difference between whatever the value. I have modified this one 0 to 0.7, 0.4 to 0.7 that we are moving, and we are having a differential amplified output over here. Everybody, please, are you with me? Do you understand this?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yes,
One more
sir.
thing. Yep. One more thing, guys. Why it is going in the positive direction, in upward direction? Why not on the lower side? Why it is amplified in a positive direction? So, guys, software is with you, license with you. Do one thing. Try to make it as 0.6, 0.4. Try to vary. Try to modify this one. 0.7. Make it as, yes. Keep V2 constant. Increase V1. Try to simulate this. Are you getting my point? So it is in a negative directions that is going, it is falling down, and the amplification is also good as compared to this one. So both are the cases that you are having with you, that you can modify, you can simulate, and you can observe the actual behavior of the structure. Now, as far as the result, what they are asking from us, that output impedance. So look at that, whatever the value we are having of resistance over here, we can treat it as output impedance. Okay, and how to find out AD by SCM. So guys, in simulation, let's have a look. In simulation, in voltage versus voltage curve, if I'm clicking on that voltage versus voltage curve, and if I'm clicking on the slope over here, after changing any stuff on the right hand side, you need to click on reset. So whatever the value we are coming across, it is AD, because both values are different. Are you getting my point? Both values, which values are different? Whatever the input we are having for V2, look at that, and whatever the value we are having for, this is what a change. So every aspect, when all the aspects, whatever the gain we are coming across, that is called as ACM, common mode gain. And whenever anything we are going to change, so as voltage will be changed and amplification will happen, so whatever the value of gain we are coming across, that is called as AD. Is it? So this is what we can change. We can fix both the values at the same instant. So okay, so you can vary, you can change the aspects, and you can come across what will be the result of the same one. Okay, this is restoring the value, but definitely guys, that you can find out over here. I hope everybody is getting this. Yes, please guys, in terms of yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Yes, so Shubhangi ma'am, this is quite important to modify your inputs according to the application. So that's it, was the basic memoranda in understanding such type of differential amplifier structures. So guys, everybody, please try to design this one on your machine. Those who are still facing the problem of licenses, they can text me, as I already given my mail ID on WhatsApp number 2. So I can generate this by today itself. Is it? And guys, one more thing, on 26th and 27th, I guess, 27, 28. Okay, you also we are having 4 sessions by my technical director, Mr. Vinay Sharma, will going to host over here. So that will, again, the FinFET technology and all that stuff is going to discuss with you all. So that license is mandatory with you for those 2 days, again, only for 4 sessions, a complete day and first session of 28. Okay, so guys, try to design as per the hands-on session concern. Okay, and try to share the design with me so that I can check and will explain what are the errors or what are the modifications needed over here. Is there any issue, guys? Please, everybody. Are you getting what I'm trying to explore over here?
Yes, sir. No issues.
Yes, everybody. Rest other guys. Meenakshi ma'am, are you there? Peter, I hope you understand this. Brunalini ma'am, Pradipta, Akshay sir, Joshi sir, Ranjana ma'am replied yes. Shrikant sir. So guys, yes, Blink is going to be expired as of now. So guys, we will have a lunch break over here and we'll meet exactly by 2:30. Is it fine? Okay, Subrata says, Smita ma'am, have you done this?
No, sir, I have to design that.
Yes, ma'am.
Not
Please
designed
design
yet.
and
Not designed yet.
share with me, ma'am. Please, I'm waiting for your design. I'll be very pleased and happy.
Sir, I have mailed you
Yes,
both
ma'am, Shivani, ma'am.
designs.
I will just open that one and we'll check out. Is there any modifications that are needed for that one? But thank you
Yes,
so much for your reply. So guys, exactly we'll meet by 2:30. Ajit sir, are you there? Guys, if you are having any issue, any doubt, you can ask me so that I can, within that time, what we are having, please. Guys, I'm still here, okay? Don't worry, if you're having any issue, you can ask me and we can solve it here itself. Yes, I have got Swapnil sir. Yes. Yes. Yes, Joshi sir is there. Sir, are you there, sir? Sir has shared some DSC design with me and need to modify a bit over there. That's why I'm asking. Shivangni ma'am, yes, WinSpice error I have got. WinSpice error, I'm going to share that one with you. Don't worry about that. Differential amplifier looks good.
Thank
Yes,
you,
that
sir.
looks good. Yes, that's look good. Swapnil sir, it's in fine. Yes. Yes, Munali ma'am. How long we have access to the license? Are you talking about the license validity? Are you there, Munali ma'am?
Sir, I'm there. I wanted to know means how long can we use it? Like, is it only for the scope of this 5 days? Means the schedule we are having.
Yes, ma'am. As of now, yes, as
Okay.
of now, you can use it for this training purpose of all 7 days. If you are willing to do that, willing to design certain aspects by your own as per as
Therefore,
projects,
I was
papers,
asking like,
likewise. So you can take the contacts from our mine also. So I
okay, sir.
can do it for a month or 2 as far as your application
Okay.
concerned. So definitely
Okay,
will help
sir.
you in that, ma'am. Happy to help you.
Yeah, yes, sir. That was my concern actually. Therefore,
Don't worry, ma'am. Don't worry, ma'am. You can text me your mail ID, college name, certain
sir,
information
can
that
I
I
get
need to.
your contact detail then, or mail? I will mail rather at your ID.
Yes, ma'am. Definitely at the end of the session, we'll
Yes.
share all my
Yes,
details
yes.
with you, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Thank you
sir.
so much,
Sure,
ma'am.
sure.
After this
Yes,
session.
thank you.
Okay, guys, I'm leaving the meeting. We'll see you by 2:30. Okay, it's a lunch break. I'm a bit hungry. Thank you so much for joining.